Hey guys, it's Fish here, and today I'm going to show you how to gut a catalytic converter and fix the O2 sensor. This is all the tools you need. So, firstly you want to get a 9/16 wrench. That's going to be for the spring bolt, and I'll show you that downside in a minute, the spring bolt. You can get it at like AutoZone, it's called Dorman, and it comes in a pack of 2. And then you can get this for the downstream. For that, you're also going to want some medium strength thread locker, because if you don't get that, then the vibrations might release the bolt. And the 9/16 wrench, you also want a 9/16 ratchet with an extender, because you'll see why in a minute. I also recommend that you get a drill set with a 1/2 inch bit, and I just got the cheapest drill I could find. For safety, a mask. That's for the stuff inside of the cap. Some gloves, you're gonna get nasty. It's hard to wash off. Maybe a light, depending on your situation. I would recommend it's only like $2. And then you want to get some shop towels, obviously your jacks, and some blaster or penetrating fluid, because those bolts down there are going to be very rusty. And also you're going to want some wheel blocks, some wheel chocks, and a hammer and a pry bar to gut the cat. And I'll put a description of everything that's needed here. Let's get to it. Another thing which I didn't mention, you're going to want to get a box cutter, like $2. And this is important. Some 18mm spark plug fowlers. And this is for a 2013 Toyota Corolla. And the oxygen sensor will plug into here. And then with the drill bit, I'm going to drill out this, and I'll show you how this apparatus is going to look. First, you're going to want to put your car in park. Make sure the parking brake is held. And then you're going to go ahead and grab your wheel chocks and put them right in the back wheels. Alright, after your wheel chocks are in place, you're going to want to go ahead and place the jack right at the front of the car. And I'm working on a budget here, so anybody can do this. It takes very little skill. You'll see. Now, whatever method you use to jack up your car, doesn't matter. I'm just using the stock Toyota. But you want to make sure your car is in park and your wheel chocks are on, and then when you do this, you jack it up until you have enough room for yourself to get under. That's how I gauge it. Just like that, the car is raised. And now we go to the other side. So same thing for this side, and if you're using a manual jack like me, the second side is way easier to get up than the first side. And just like that, this side is done. So one thing that's important is you can see how they're both under there. You want to keep this extra jack here, because why not have 3 instead of 2, you know what I mean, in case it falls. So now from here, you want to get the car the push test. If it moves at all, then you should fix your stuff, but if not, you're good. Alright, so real quick, before we even begin this process, this is what we're about to do next, to get this ready for the O2 sensor. There's the O2 sensor, that wire, and it runs right into the muffler. The exhaust. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to connect them together just like this. But before we do that, we need to drill this out. And what we're going to do is use a 1/2 inch, where is it? A 1/2 inch bit. So this process should be fairly easy. You just get your drill. Make sure it's a metal. It's for metal, drilling metal, not wood. A while of drilling with this cheap little drill. It should look about like that. And then you're ready to take it downstairs. And then once you have all your tools ready, it's time to go under the car. Before we do that, we need to take it and unroot it so that it doesn't twist. So what we do is we come under here, take this panel out, just snaps right out, and then you can roll the carpet. Just take the carpet, it'll be fine. Just roll it. It comes from underneath here as well. And then what you need to do is you need to disconnect this sensor right here. Alright. Now that you're under here, you see I got my light attached and it's pointing at the O2 sensor, which is right there. The O2 sensor runs from the catalytic converter, which is right up here. You can see the flange bolt, which we're going to take out. There's the O2 sensor, and it goes all the way down there to the muffler. And in case you didn't know, you pull it this way to loosen it. Alright, now that we did that, you can see this right here. You're going to want to pull it out. And it's rubber, so be careful because you could break it. You just want to pull it out, and there comes your entire connector that you just disconnected. Alright, so come to the back here, and this is the spring bolt, like the one that you saw earlier. So you're going to place your wrench on this side where the nut is, and then you're going to ratchet this side, and on each side there's a bolt that you have to take down. I don't know if it'll show it, but there's a bolt on either side of this flange. After you take that down, disconnect this. It's just a metal piece, it's just a rubber piece, you just pull it right out, and then the exhaust will drop. Alright, well, after nearly an hour, I finally got those bolts off. They were really tough. Now, one thing I recommend is definitely using a penetrating fluid, because this is not a light task. And a breaker bar or something to attach to the end of your ratchet, because if you don't have a breaker bar, it's going to be a lot more troublesome for you. Just ask me, you know. 2 hours later, and I got the muffler. This is the catalytic converter, and inside here, that is everything that I'm getting rid of. So, I guess we'll see how this goes, but it's about to be dark. I might finish it tonight, I might not. It is what it is if I don't finish.